How much does Norm spend per video?
Dang.
There you go. Norm only spends $10 per video.
I wish.
That's more fitting.
Yeah.
That one's fitting.
You can do your thing whenever you want.
My bad. I just get
No, you're
distracted
good. You're
by the
good.
buttons.
This is us, Norm. Welcome back to the... What is this called?
Norm is stuffing his face right now.
Dude.
It's good, though, ain't it?
Yeah, but half the burritos
You
rice.
took us to a Korean place tonight.
A Korean, Mexican, Indian place,
It
apparently.
was crazy,
No.
but great.
It's not that.
It was delicious. Whatever it was. I had to go to buy this mic right here that Norm was supposed to be sitting in the middle, but he was like, "I'm going to sit on the end because I have to eat a burrito." And I was like, "All right, cool. You can
It's
sit
your
on the end."
show, dude.
Yeah, no, it's yours, bro.
guess.
You're in there. You're in there like swimwear. You are in there like swimwear. How you doing? Hey, fishing
good.
challenge. In my challenger that I don't got
Dang.
because I ain't hot, and I be fishing, and Trey be. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
I'm just kidding. This is a PG podcast for sure. PG for sure. My other one that I have is definitely not PG, but we won't talk about that one. What are you drinking?
BCAAs.
What
Ghost.
flavor? Is it good?
Yeah, I think it's the sour heads or like warheads flavor.
Smell that.
He's like, I'll smell it with my
I'll
mouth.
smell it with my mouth.
Ooh, it's sour.
Yeah, I like it though. It's pretty yummy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
BCAAs are good for you.
Yeah, that's good.
It helps me drink more water, even though you mix it together. It's not water, but you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just like,
Hydration.
yeah,
enough, yeah.
drink the water,
Yeah.
you put the scoop in, but it's all like
Just one scoop.
a half a scoop in like a bottle this size.
That's cool. Me and Trey just got off some pre-workout that was ridiculous.
It was
Yeah.
boof.
It was called actually no free promo here. Whatever it was ridiculous. I'm talking. It made me sick. It was so strong. And you know, I've taken some strong pre-workout.
Yeah.
And we took this stuff. I bought it. I forget what store I bought it from, but anyways, made me sick. Literally throwing up. I just couldn't eat. I couldn't eat it. I couldn't drink it. It's like when we finished that bottle the other day. Me, him, and April go to the gym every single morning, and I could not. I was like, thank God this is done. I'm gonna go. I'm back on the regular stuff. Like this is. Oh my God, it made me sick. It was nasty.
Dang.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't freaking do it.
Dang.
In today's episode, well, I guess I should say, welcome back to the Real Deal Podcast, the #1 fishing podcast in the world. Thanks for viewing, liking, watching, listening, subscribing, and recommending your next podcast topic ideas for this podcast, the Real Deal Fishing Podcast. Yeah. So that was a disaster.
Nice.
Oh, hit the wrong one. Oh man, we've been having a trip with this thing, but we are here at Norm's house in Tallahassee. We're here for about a week, so the next few podcasts you guys see, Norm's going to be in, and we're going to be talking all things fishing. Really, that's kind of what we do.
Yep.
For
And
a living.
Pokemon.
And Pokemon. Yeah,
All
we're going to be
things Pokemon.
opening some Pokemon at some point in this podcast,
Yeah.
probably within the next 5 minutes, I'm sure.
Yep, maybe so.
So hopefully you guys are viewing to see our reaction when I opened a Charizard actually on the
And the
last
last one.
podcast.
That was pretty nuts.
That was nuts. That was clutch. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
first pack luck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It with greatness comes
Great responsibility.
great responsibility. I guess. You want a Charizard open? Have me open your pack. That's all I'm saying.
I just didn't want to, like,
Yeah,
bend
no,
it
I
or
feel
anything.
you.
Like,
You
I just
passed it
had
up.
to hand it off.
Yeah, you passed it up. Yeah.
Appreciate it, Trey.
Yeah. Well, this is it's good to be back here in Tallahassee. When
Whoop,
it's
whoop.
Oh yeah, I
pouring
actually
down
don't
rain.
even live it. This is Havana. We're not even in Tallahassee.
Oh, this is Havana.
Yeah, I don't live in Tallahassee anymore.
That's right. Dude, that's
Geography.
crazy. When I tell people, like, they're like, yo, where's Norm live? I'm like, Tallahassee. But it ain't Tallahassee. It's actually Havana. Norm lives in the country now. And I was like, yo, Norm, can I bring the Can-Am and do donuts in your yard? He's like, no.
Yeah, I just prefer for there not to be problems, you know?
Shut that down quick.
Yeah, we can save Lojo's property for that. He has
Oh, he's got all the property.
Yeah, he has so much
Plenty of
property,
donuts.
dude.
I should have done one with him in there the other day. Only reason I didn't goof off in the Can-Am, Trey was with me when we filmed that video. The only reason I did not goof off in that video and do something crazy in the Can-Am is because my kids were with me. And I was like, I can't do nothing crazy. Because nobody had their, we had our, like, all our lap belts were on, but not the full harness. And you never know what can go wrong in those things. Like, I mean, anything at any given time. Trust me, I broke my back, my shoulder.
I was about to say, I feel like a clip of you flipping the Can-Am was going up right there.
Yeah, it's definitely going up. It definitely, you guys, yeah. Oof. Oh, that was not a good thing. And I'm also having to hold this new podcast mic, which is kind of weird, but I'll take it. It is what it is. But today we're going to be discussing how much money Fishing with Norm spends on Fishing with Norm videos. But before we get into that, there's plenty of other things we can talk about, I'm sure.
Sure.
Yeah. You've just got back from we talked about it last podcast. You just got back from a trip from Texas. You caught a dinosaur. You and CeeLo. Shouts out to CeeLo because he be hooking it up. You like, yo, CeeLo, I want to catch a big fish. And he's like, my boy, I got you.
I think Jiggin's out there right now, actually, with them. Jiggin and Fanatic are. So he's like, he kind of had, or he had Weston on first.
Yeah, he did.
And then I originally saw it through Weston Smith's video.
Yep, I remember that.
And I get there, and the day that I'm there, Blue Gabe. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, that's
it's Deer Meat for Dinner.
Deer Meat for Dinner's son.
Something.
Yeah, it's his son or his nephew or something like that. But Deer Meat for Dinner was very. Not saying he's not relevant now, but he was a very big name when I lived in South Florida because he lived in Jupiter as well. On kind of like the outskirts of Jupiter. I think more towards Port St. Lucie or whatever. But he lives in that area, and he was always there. That time, a few times I went fishing with Don Jr. and he would talk to me about Deer Meat for Dinner and whatnot, and really, really good. Seems like a really good dude. I've never met him in person. Blue Gabe seems like a really good dude too. But he put CeeLo put Blue Gabe on a dinosaur, and then ended up. We went about a month and a half.
Oh yeah, you were there when we figured out that he posted a video
the day before we got there, 2 days before, a week before.
Yeah, I think he posted it a day before we were filming it, and then we were there the day, and it already had like 1 million views or something, and we were like, "Holy,
this is gonna bang, dude!" And that brings me to my point also of later in this podcast we'll talk about like how much money you spend making those high quality videos. I mean, it's crazy to think that coming from where we came from, we touched on it a lot in the last episode. So if you guys haven't seen that, you can go watch it. But like what we used to do versus compared to like how, not necessarily me, because I enjoy being the guy in the group that's like the run and gun, like just vlog it and just hang out with the boys type thing and just show a lot of not necessarily behind the scenes stuff, but stuff that you guys necessarily wouldn't see on Norm's or AO's or Lojo's channel. Like me and Trey just enjoy running around and kind of being the goofballs, I guess. But it's crazy to think where we started versus like how high quality your stuff is now. You literally, I really feel like if Netflix just saw you, they would be like, yo, Fishing with Norm, we're going to give you your own show on Netflix.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We might do it one of these days.
Hopefully.
I don't know if I'm just like not.
I feel like Norm's throwing a teaser out right now. One of these days.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Netflix show coming soon?
It's not. I don't even think it's that hard to do.
Probably not.
To get like a TV show.
Yeah.
I know a good amount of people in the fishing space with TV shows, and it's not
That's
like
true.
it's nothing crazy.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
I ain't throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade. But there's no one that has any sort of fishing show that does the level of stuff that you do.
Yeah, like, and maybe it's like maybe there's some people with like higher quality stuff out there, like fishing shows, or I guess I'm talking about like kind of like similar, like there's like Deadliest Catch and
Discovery Channel stuff, National Geographic stuff,
yeah.
Jeremy Wade,
River Monsters. Yeah. So they make
the pioneer, the OG.
Yeah,
that man could catch a fish in a mud hole.
I think he just ran out of fish to catch. I don't even know if the show's still ongoing. I think he did everything. There's no more cool stories to tell because he did everything.
I was about to say, I heard, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard Jeremy Wade and the whole River Monsters show. I heard very recently, actually, within the past 6 months. I don't know who I heard it from. I don't remember. But I heard that exactly what you said. He ran out of stuff to target because he just could catch anything. But he,
yeah,
bro, you want to talk about money spent on content, but it would
Yeah.
cost $50,000 a day, $60,000 a day to film, and like you just
Multiple days at a time.
multiple days. You know, sometimes it will take Jeremy Wade a week.
Yeah, to catch it because he's going after rare fish.
Very
so
rare.
you can't
Like,
guarantee.
I remember
that.
Jeremy Wade caught a some kind of rare shark one time or something. They contacted what would be, you know, we're in Florida right now, so we call it the FWC, the game wardens or whatever.
Yeah.
They contacted the game wardens to wherever country, whatever he was in, and they were like, you cannot have that shark out of the water for longer than a minute. Get it out, do what you got to do, get video, whatever, put it right back, or all of y'all are going to South African prison, wherever he was. It was some kind of shark he caught in a river. It was crazy. He was targeting it and ended up catching it. I mean, it's crazy. You know, they're spending 50 or 60 grand a day to film that kind of stuff. I mean, it's insane. And the same thing, I heard
For a
he
fish that may or may not even bite.
bro, for a fish that may or may not even exist anymore.
Literally.
Crazy.
Yeah. No, it's
blows my
nuts,
mind.
dude. I haven't watched any of them recently, and like maybe as a kid before I was like really into fishing, I had seen some. I have to go back and like watch that stuff.
I feel like it'd be cool to go back and reminisce on some stuff like that because he's the OG.
Yeah.
He's the OG of the fishing. You know, he made fishing exciting.
Yeah, I would say him and Bill Dance probably.
Yeah, old Bill.
Yeah, I remember seeing some, and I think I was too scared as a kid to even watch it. Like it would be like the underwater shots, and I just like I would turn
couldn't
it
do it.
off because I didn't want to like, you know, because I love hanging out at like
Yeah.
the lake and the rivers and stuff, and I didn't want to think about the flesh eating whatever that was in there that killed a 12-year-old kid when I'm 12 too.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no,
Couldn't
so
watch
I
it.
didn't
No.
watch it.
I
But
don't- you know, fun fact about me fishing with YakPak, aka TJ, whatever you want to call me. I am terrified of water, and when I mean terrified, I mean terrified.
I remember you did that diving video, and you were talking about how scared you were to go swimming. I was like, what?
Yeah, well, around the pier that time with Ryan,
Yeah.
dude, terrified. You look down, and all you see is 300-pound Goliath grouper. All you see is barracuda.
You're surrounded by predators.
Dude, predators, and we are not in our house. We are in their house. And I can swing. I can do that swinging thing. I can toss these paws, but I can't fight no shark. I can't fight no shark.
That's a good point, but I think sharks kill, like, it's like way over. What am I trying to say? Like, it's everybody thinks that like shark attacks, or no, I'm thinking about alligators. Or
No,
yeah,
I
sharks
think you
kill
are thinking
people.
about sharks. I'm pretty sure. I'm not even kidding when I tell you guys this. We'll probably have to Google it after this podcast. I'm pretty sure cows kill more people per year over the world than sharks. I'm almost positive.
Probably so. And I know alligators since 2020, so 2 years, 2.5 years, have only killed 2 people
That's crazy.
in total in the United States. 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but you would think alligators would just.
Yeah, you got to respect them lizards, man.
You got to.
gotta
If not, you
respect
might.
the thing.
you
I think
might
in
end up on the menu.
2020 there was zero people died from an alligator. Like
You remember
all
that time?
year.
You remember that time when that big hurricane come through South Florida, and it didn't come through actually. It was a Cat 5, and it dodged South Florida by the grace of God or something. I don't even know. Me and you snuck on this golf course. I say snuck on. The gates were wide open. We just walked on it and started fishing. We literally walked right up on an alligator. Me and you, Trey, have
I
done
remember
that.
this, yeah.
Me and you, Trey, have done that plenty of times. Walked with fishing with Colin, and in the neighborhood, his grandma's neighborhood, literally walked up on 5, 6, 7, 8 foot alligators, and they're just there chilling, like stay out of their
they
way.
don't care.
No, they don't care.
Yeah.
Just don't mess with them. Don't play with them lizards. You better leave them alone.
You'll get your feelings hurt.
You're gonna get your
Dude,
feelings
you
hurt.
know Ross Creations, the YouTuber?
Yeah.
His buddy, there's one where he was like, I don't know why he was trying to jump on the alligator, but there was some reason where I think he like threw his fishing line and it got stuck behind the alligator or something. So he's like, I gotta go get my lure. He dived in the river with like a 8-9 foot alligator sitting right there just to go try to get his fish. I can't remember exactly how it was, but he just dived in after it and then just went down.
Yeah, that's scary because you don't know where it's going when it goes down.
Yeah, but it didn't. He was good. They don't like to mess with people.
They don't. They really don't. Unless you become an item of the menu, they really don't. They will get away from you faster than.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. It's scary, crazy. But even just seeing them in person and getting close to them, and because they'll chase you. Fish a topwater. Me and you did it on your boat one time.
Oh yeah.
You fish a topwater like a frog or a popper, anything topwater. Like just the noise and the vibration just attracts them straight. They'll come straight to the boat.
Yeah, I've had them on Okeechobee come and like bite the boat when I'm like, you get out there and it's just annoying because you're trying to throw a frog.
Yeah, yep.
And then all of a sudden here comes another gator
Out of nowhere, and it chomps your frog and you're done.
Yeah. And then you can't even cast because you'll do that. You're like, all right, I'll cast the other side of the boat. They'll swim right past your boat and go try to eat it
Straight
again.
to the frog. We're like, bruh, You ain't getting tired of getting hooks in your mouth. You ain't getting tired of that. They don't. I don't feel like they feel it though. I don't feel like they feel it. They'll just fall right out.
I don't
anyways.
know.
A couple days.
I hate trying to. I just don't want to lose fishing lures to them. And then when you're trying to fish too, and a gator swimming over, the bass aren't about to blow up.
You know
on
my crazy story, Trey. I think no, you weren't there. You seen the video though. My personal best, 8 pounds on the dot. I caught it on a spinning combo. On I want to say it was a trap or something along those. Maybe a gold clutch or a gold trap or something like that. And I was reeling it in. And it was September in South Florida, pretty much dead middle of summer, 105 degrees outside probably. I'm reeling this fish in topwater. It's not fighting too hard to be an 8-pounder on a spinning combo. Yeah. And alligators, 2 or 3 alligators from each angle were chasing this fish in. And I'm like, no. And I knew it was my PB. I knew it the whole time reeling it in. I was like, dude, this is the biggest bass, largemouth I ever caught in my life.
Like, cannot let these gators get this fish.
No, I can't. No, dude, I was horsing. And in that video, if you go back, I mean, it's years ago. If you go back and watch it, it was like, the gator's going to get it. The gator's going to get it. And I was like, I finally got it in. And these dinosaurs are surrounding this little boat ramp thing that I'm fishing on in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of the swamp.
In the middle of the swamp. And I'm terrified. I'm like, dude, like when I threw that fish back, like I was throwing a football 50 yards. Like I did not want to get nowhere close to that water because like you were fishing with dinosaurs. Like they don't know what you are.
Is that the place across from
STA.
the hospital?
Not the hospital, but it was
the spot that we went fishing where we walked the canal.
School of Fish. Remember School of Fish?
Yep.
We went down there straight across the street from that on Southern Boulevard. The big STA place, yeah. It was crazy. Alligators were literally chasing my fish. If I have a clip of it, I'll play it right now. I don't know if I have it or not on my phone still. I'm pretty sure it was on my TikTok at one point, but it's insane. The alligators, they just don't know no better. Like, they don't know. They just see a fish on top water. They're like, yeah, I'm going to eat that. That's a free 8-pound meal. What are you talking about? You got a 12-foot alligator. They're like, I'm going to eat it.
It's just natural instincts.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And then here I am. Like, what am I going to do? Reach for the fish? Like, nah, I ain't trying to lose my arm. Not today. They'd be out there like Chubbs on Happy Gilmore. I ain't playing them games. I ain't doing it.
Jeez.
Anyways, well, we'll get into how much money Norm spends. I feel like this is a spicy topic.
I guess so.
You guess?
It's kind of depressing to talk about.
I guess, yeah. I guess it is kind of depressing, but
We could also crack this open while we do it.
I'm down for that.
Some Shining Fates.
That's a good set for all the Pokemon fans out there. Shining Fates is
It's fun to open.
yeah, definitely one. There's a lot of good chase cards in there. I feel like.
Yeah, there's a Charizard, which I mean, always if it has a
How many
Charizard,
packs come in that?
it's
5
good.
or?
4. So somebody's gonna get 2.
I mean, your packs, so you know.
All
I
right.
feel like you have to get 2.
You guys got Charizard art though.
On
the
pick one, Trey. I'm
pack.
gonna let you pick one. I bet that's the one I wanted.
about to bust it
By the
open
way,
right
that's the
now.
one I wanted. I just want to let
Was
you
it?
know. Yeah, go ahead, Trey. We'll see what you get. But so to make a fishing with Norm video in 2020, when me and you first started filming together, versus right now, end of summer 2022.
Yeah.
What did it cost us, or I should say you? What did it cost you to make a video in 2020 in the summertime?
Gosh, I don't know.
I'm pretty
2020 summer. It was 2020 when I was at your house a lot.
good. A lot, yeah. Pretty much the whole year.
2020 summer. I'm gonna say. I mean, I maybe had like 2 GoPros, 1 GoPro,
2, I think, at most.
2. Yeah, it's SD cards.
Yeah.
Chest mount,
Yeah, that's about it.
laptop.
A small laptop at that,
Yeah.
a 13-inch laptop, not the big one. I remember that. The
Yeah.
little laptop, yeah.
And then, geez, maybe, I mean, that was pretty much it. Then, like, all the fishing equipment. And there's something else. Oh, yeah, I have my vlog camera, too, which was maybe...
The Canon. Remember the Canon that had a broke lens?
I still
on
have
there?
it in there, I think so. I'm going to keep it. I was going to make one of those. You've ever seen those, like,
Yeah.
acrylic tables or whatever?
Yeah.
I was going to, like, put all the relics of my...
Oh, bro.
You know, like, my
got
first
to.
bait cast
You
or, like,
got
all
to.
that stuff and throw it in, like, a table, kind of. My first camera. But yeah, so like that was basically everything that I needed, and then depending on the video,
Yeah.
like we'd spend maybe a couple hundred, if that sometimes, and then obviously like we have to eat, so it's like hard to say like with everything that goes into it.
Yeah.
But maybe,
You ready to see what I got?
yeah.
I'm not sure what it is. So
Well, it says the name on the
it's
top.
a Morpeko
I got a V
and a V
You got a V.
Indeedy.
It ain't good. It ain't good.
Wait, let me see.
They're not looking very promising.
It's not good.
That's still something though.
Something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
A little something's better than a lot of nothing. I always remember that.
Okay. In DDV, I think it's like a promo card too, so it might be like 50 cents.
I mean, that's better than no cents, I guess.
I mean, that's only a $38 pack that we're opening right now.
Nah, these are like these actually aren't like too bad right now. They're
No,
still
they're
in
not?
circulation.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like $5 or maybe like $8 a pack or something.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not
Yeah, it's not crazy. I would never open my really expensive stuff.
bad. Unless this video gets 3 likes, and then we're opening a first edition.
Dang, I've just been going straight to the back too. Ooh,
Uh-oh.
I got a I got a little double hitter here.
Ooh.
Got a Rillaboom VMAX. Look at that
Oh, a
shine,
VMAX.
that's shiny.
Oh, my gosh. That's one of the chase cards, I think, ain't it? For this set, or no?
Nah, not really.
Not really?
But anything in the shiny vault, which is what it's
Yeah.
called, is good. So
Fair enough.
we take that. Already have
Fair
a couple though. So
Heck yeah. I'll save
Nice.
mine. I'll open mine here shortly.
oh, you're gonna save it?
Yeah, I'm going to save it for a little bit.
All right.
So 2020, it costs you at max a couple $100,
Yeah, maybe so.
Maybe.
Yeah, and I guess like if you average in like all the equipment and stuff, yeah, maybe a few $100 a video. And then if I would like drive down to you, obviously gas money. And
Gas
then,
money, yeah.
we still stay in hotels back then too, so hotel costs. But
Yeah.
I'd say on average maybe a few $100. But if we bought like a bait caster or something for it, like maybe on the high end, like $700-800,
Yeah.
like on the very high end,
Yeah.
and then on the low end, maybe we get away with like $150-200. But that's
Yeah.
like including food and everything.
Everything
So,
for the
but
day,
we'd have to
everything
do
for the
that.
day.
We'd have to do that anyways.
Yeah,
Like to
everything
have
for
to
the day.
hydrate, have to.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe $200 to $700.
Not terrible
video.
for a good quality, Fishing with Norm video back in the day.
Yeah.
So comparatively, 2020, couple
Yeah.
$100, we'll say we'll average, you said 800, you said low side, maybe 200. You thinking whole day, we'll average that out. I don't know what the average that is. We'll just round up down in the middle, the mean average. That's what we'll call it. We'll say $400-500 to film one video. You think back in the day, or you think
maybe cheaper. I
yeah,
don't know.
probably cheaper. I feel like it was a little cheaper back then because I feel like neither one of us were balling on a budget then. Neither one of us are balling on a budget now. Don't get me wrong, but
Wait, balling on a budget means
or balling. I should not. Yeah,
it's
you're
not
right.
on
Yeah.
a budget.
You're
That
right.
would
Yeah,
just
no.
be balling.
Yeah, no, that would be balling. Yeah, you're right. I said that wrong.
Yeah.
Neither one of us were. I mean, dude, I was at 2020. I was trying to but like spend the least amount of money possible to make a video. Like I would go, let's say if I filmed 5 videos a week back then when I lived in South Florida, when fishing was easier,
Yeah.
I would try to spend less than $50 a video. Just
Yeah.
because also I was,
And dude, a lot of times I would try to do too, like the cheapest challenge. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it would like fluctuate where we'd only have we'd use like all the $1 lures. And so we'd have like 5 $1
but dude,
lures.
those always make for the best videos, bro.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's relatable.
Catch an 8-pounder
So-
on a $1 Walmart beetle spin or something, something crazy.
Yeah.
Or the cheapest Bass Pro combo in Port St. Lucie. Like, $20 for a combo and you go catch a 7-pounder. Like, it's crazy. And you spend $600-700 on a combo and then go catch a half-pounder or whatever. But so we'll say, a couple $100 for a video, or give or take.
Yeah.
Comparatively to now, because I have seen some of the recent projects and it is ridiculous. Not in a bad way, because they are super, super high quality stuff. Like I said, if there was a YouTube fisherman that would be able to have a Netflix quality show, a documentary, a series, whatever, like it would definitely be you for sure. Without a doubt in my mind, it would be you.
I appreciate it.
But now that number is quite large.
Yeah. It's sometimes yes, sometimes no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I think some of your not what how do I say it? Not worse videos, but like there are some videos you could get away with spending a couple $100 for, let's say
Like not really, but yeah.
let's say $500 could get you a very good video depending on the story that you tell.
Yeah, if we're talking about just the video supplies. Then
Yeah, just the video supplies,
Okay.
But now it's like, bro, I got videos on my phone. I don't know. I'll have to ask Norm if I could show some of these videos. But like, you're talking like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Bro, I was telling Trey this the other day, when you did that subscriber tournament in Jacksonville, Florida, and
Oh, I forgot about that.
yeah, you forgot about that. You spent about $4,000 between everything just to get all of them there.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more than $4,000. Maybe closer to $5 or $6 grand, whatever it
Yeah.
was. And then it was first, second, and third place. Each person had their member of the team. Me and Silas. What a character he was. What a good dude he was. That was my teammate. And then the other two, you had somebody and and you said first place gets $5 grand. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Is that what I did?
You said first place gets $5 grand. And not only that, we went to Dick's Sporting Goods in Jacksonville and you spent $3,800, I believe. And literally was like walking around texting on the phone while the old buddy was ringing everything up. And he was like, there's no way this dude's fixing to do this. Because we were all dressed like some hoodlums. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure I had a hoodie and shorts on, like in the wintertime, whatever. But he was like, there's no way this dude's paying for this. And so you spent between $4 and $6 grand getting all of them down there, accommodating them, feeding them.
And the hotels, I think
that's what I'm saying. Like,
dude, the hotels were like, maybe it was like, it wasn't spring break. Maybe it was spring break. It was
It was in March, so it might have been spring break.
Oh, it was spring break. So it was the last 3 rooms. So they had them like, dude, ridiculous, like $400 a night. And I had to get 3 of them. For 2 nights.
For 3 people.
Yeah, so it was like $1,200 a night. And we just all slept on Devin's floor on air mattresses. So it was like, there's no way I can house an extra 5 people and spend an extra 2 or 3 grand.
Another off topic of that. There was like 9 or 10 of us involved in making that video happen. Like, it was crazy. But still one of the greatest Fishing with Norm videos of all time because it was crazy. So the point I'm getting at, so you spent between $4 and $6 grand getting them down there from all across the country from where they lived, accommodating them down in Jacksonville, Florida, feeding them, housing them, transporting them, everything. And then went and spent like $3,800 at Dick's Sporting Goods. And then after the challenge was done and that guy won, you gave him an envelope with $5 grand cash. And then to my surprise, he's like, yeah, well, second place also gets $2 grand, and third place gets $1,000. So all of you guys are winners. And I was like, oh my God, bro, you spent like 11 grand, give or take. I think it might have been me and Jason or me and Zade or somebody that talked about it, but it was like somewhere close to 11 grand on one video. Now that's not every video, but like for those super big projects, bro, that blew my mind. Coming from like, dude, I remember the 2020 Norm when it was like, bro, we got to do this cheap $2 pack of lures from Walmart. So it's just crazy, like comparative to that now. And then what was it at Shields in Texas a month ago when we were in Texas for the Carl's grand opening thing? We went and filmed a couple, half videos or whatever. Intros is what we refer to it as, but we filmed a couple intros and just to be in each other's videos and collab and stuff like that. And it was, I think it was $2,800 or whatever. And you was like, I won't. And they looked at you like you were crazy. You were like, I want the top 4 most expensive or 5 most expensive reels you have. And then we went and bought all the most expensive baits. And I was like, before I put something in your cart, I was like, yo, you sure you want this? And you're like, yeah, just throw it in there. It's like, my God. But it takes, I think when you get to a certain level, you obviously, to build a business and to scale and grow, you have to reinvest. Instead of buying Can-Ams, you have to reinvest. You have to reinvest into your business. And I think you do that. Now, I've also hung out and filmed with you a whole lot more than I have AO and Lojo. I know AO and Lojo have a history of like, kind of like mine and yours, where we kind of like grew together and did our thing together, and they did their thing together and stuff like that. I don't know the behind the scenes of them. As I know Itty Bitty for AO cost a lot of money. I don't know how much. I have no idea. Yeah. But all of his content is great content. Like,
it's all investments into
exactly.
the channel.
Back into the channel. Yeah. Camera guys, editors, it just supplies everything. Like, there's no telling. I couldn't even put a number on the Itty Bitty thing because I just don't know nothing about it. But like, it's got to be up there. I mean, it's crazy.
It's getting close to 6 figures. I can say that much.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's. I don't know if he wants to put it on blast.
We could text him, but
let me just call him and see.
Yeah, he's actually. What time is he? He's probably still awake.
No, it's 11 o'clock.
No, he's still awake.
You think so?
Yeah, you can give him a call. Right, he'll call me at 1 a.m. like every other night, and he'll just be wrapping up an editing thing, and I'll be like, dude, how are you?
I'm gonna put him on speakerphone so you guys can kind of hear. I don't know if he's gonna answer.
It's so weird hearing it in the microphone and in the.
Bro, he's probably asleep.
Nah, he's a night owl.
Wonder if he's ignoring you.
I mean, he might be hanging out with his wife.
That's what I was thinking. 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I don't want to. One more ring.
This is Andrew Oswald.
Please leave your message.
Before it gives his phone number out. Oh, good button. That's okay. AO, we tried.
Yeah.
I'll leave my phone right here just in case.
Just
he
remember to
does.
text him and cut it out. I think I already said the price, but he said by all.
About that much. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy to think that. What's going on? This microphone's boof. We'll figure it out eventually. This part's good. This part's good. This part sucks.
Can somebody with a charged phone Google how much it costs to create an episode of Deadliest Catch
Yes.
or River Monsters? I'm just kind of curious.
And that's a very good thing. And it's not
Yeah.
like Norm is not like Norm's not like a what's the right word? Like a bragger, or not like a conceited bragger, like whatever the word could be. He's not that in the sense of that. He just like literally, and we've had this talk before. He's like, the way that I'm talking about you like you're not here. The way that you film your stuff is like what's my last video? It did so good. How can I one up myself? Like, what do I need to do to one up myself? And not necessarily in like a spending money sense, but like sometimes to one up yourself, you do have to spend more money to do that. And like,
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. And then, but like, how can I tell this story better? How can I be more funny, more entertaining? How can we catch bigger fish? How can we build a better project boat? Like anything you do is like, what can I do to do better than that? What you got? You got an answer
what's
for us,
it
Trey?
looking like?
I looked up what does it cost to film one episode of Deadliest Catch. Are you ready?
I guess like 150 grand or something
$1 million per hour.
per hour. Like
Yes,
what of
per
the
hour.
edited show or per hour of? There's no, it's per hour of filming.
$1 million per
I figured-
hour of television.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah,
all
I
the
could
editing
see
process.
Because you
and
got
all
to
that.
think about all these TV shows, man. They dump tons of money, tons of sponsor money too, into like Stranger Things, for example. You'll see like companies kind of standing out, so that makes tons of sense.
Good
I mean,
God, dude.
costs a lot.
Think
So
about
and
that.
that
You know what's crazy? You know what's
yeah.
crazy about that, bro? I don't want to cut you off. I hate to cut you off. Bro, your videos are better than Deadliest Catch. Tell me I'm wrong. Literally tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I know you're not going to say. I know you're
I
not
haven't
gonna say
watched Deadliest Catch in
Okay,
a while either, so I don't.
I'll say this. Go watch one episode, because I think an episode of Deadliest Catch is 30 minutes long. Watch one episode of that and one Fishing with Norm video that was made in the past 6 months. Bro, get out my face. Fishing with Norm all day, every day, twice on Sunday.
Well, I appreciate it.
If anybody
Okay.
from Deadliest Catch wants to toss hands because I said it, hit me up at Fishing with YakPak. Come get them. But I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
some
don't
of y'all
want
look
beef with
really tough.
Deadliest
Some of
Catch.
y'all look really tough. So.
They'd be out there in the
don't-
cold.
Are they the
in
ones
ocean.
that is it? What's the crab show? Is that
That's
Deadliest?
Deadliest Catch, yeah.
That's what I
Deadliest
thought it
Catch,
was.
What's the other one? Wicked Tuna or something like
Yeah,
that?
I've seen
Can
Wicked
you look that
Tuna
one up real
too.
quick, Trey?
Tuna?
Can you look that Wicked Tuna?
They're probably all in the same ballpark.
I would assume
I would have thought it
so.
would cost a few $100,000 to make one of those episodes. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
How
$1,000
they're-
per episode on TV. That's excuse me, a million. That's
yeah. I'm trying to think
crazy.
about how you even spend that. That doesn't even make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either, because the camera guys, editors, the content itself, gas in the
And
boat.
camera guys, I looked up their salary for like Deadliest Catch, make like 35 grand.
Bro, they're putting their life on the line. For,
Yeah.
oh my
35 to
gosh, dude,
65.
That's crazy.
And then like head executor makes like 80 or 90.
That's not
So it's not like they're spending
like-
it on that. What do they spend? Maybe the cast. They're probably spending
paying the crew to the boat.
yeah.
So it says right here for a Wicked Tuna, whenever the show started, they would pay the cast $2,000 to $3,000 per episode, and now it's up to about $10,000 per episode.
10,000 per episode. So
Paying the cast.
the cast. So let's say there's 8 people on one boat, 80 grand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you have the captain, the first mate,
Yeah.
and then the deckhands, like the crew members. Let's round it down to 6. Let's go to 6.
Yeah.
That's 60 grand to film a video. That's insane. And still,
Yeah.
even then, like in my opinion, of course, my opinion literally means nothing to anyone but me. But I think your stuff's better than theirs. Like they're just on Discovery Channel. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
But
And
like,
I don't know. I feel like their stuff, it's more, I mean, obviously when you go to TV, it's more
Dramatic.
like scripted and
dramatic.
Yeah.
Scripted and dramatic. Nothing we do is like scripted. Now,
Yeah,
not saying we don't think about our videos and stuff like that, Like we definitely put thought into like what we want to do and stuff like that, and like maybe certain key points of like something we want to say, but like you can't script catching a fish. Like they're going to bite or they're not going to bite. Like that is what it is. Like,
and we don't like going like they got their lines pre-made.
Everything.
Like all these, they will create these fake problems.
Oh yeah,
just to solve them in TV shows. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing. Before they even go out there, they have the whole season.
The back of the boat caught on fire.
Yeah.
Like,
Our net broke and we just lost all of our fish. Oopsies. It's all planned.
All planned.
Like it's all
Of course.
it's all scripted to a T, because if you have a massive crew out there, you're gonna get
You have to get the
you're gonna
content.
get your show episode done.
You
If you
have
have a helicopter flying to get camera shots of the boat and stuff, and you have the whole crew out there, and you have it's a 30-man operation.
Yep.
If there's 30 people out there, you're getting the episode.
Bro, just
done.
a helicopter alone. When I was in jungle school, when I was in the Army, it was the company was called Evergreen, that did emergency rescue extractions from the mountains in Hawaii. And it was $17,000 when their wheels left the ground. So minimum 17 grand. If they had to fly around, hover around, waste more gas, of course it was going to cost much, more.
Yeah.
But when their wheels left the ground, that was 17 grand. Like I don't know who got charged that, or I have no idea. But I know when I went through jungle school, a lot of people got hurt because we were the first ones to go through it. And it was crazy. It was 280 grand that we spent on evergreen extractions from dudes just getting hurt, falling down the side of a mountain. It's just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But that's, dude.
I'm trying to think about how you spend $1 million on one of those episodes. That's ridiculous,
Crazy, bro. Could you imagine, bro, spending the million? No, not even that. You spend $1 million on an episode. How much are they making?
Yeah,
Bro, they got to be, what's the rule of thumb? Like a 30% positive or something?
or like a company that increases 8% every year is like
8%,
standard. So they'd have to be
somewhere in the $8 million range, give or take.
It's just a weird
$7
world, because I guess the network probably gives them a budget of what they can use, and they're probably just using all of it. I wonder if the $1 million counts for like the cost of the boat.
I would have to say,
you know
so,
what I mean? Like, is that it's got to encompass everything?
Think
Because
about
there's
the
no way you
boat
could
that-
spend $1 million on one of those episodes.
I feel like a rig like that's going to cost a little bit more than $1 million.
Well, no, the rig definitely does cost. And you're thinking like maintenance to the boat. If something happens, something goes wrong, maintenance to the boat, fuel costs in the boat. What does it cost to fill the boat up?
So my boat has a 50-gallon tank, and it's like roughly $200 right now.
$200, 50-gallon tank.
Yeah.
Those boats that are going out on Deadliest Catch, dude, you're talking what?
Way more than 50
1,000-gallon tanks almost, maybe,
Or
probably.
more.
Or more, because they're going out to like 3,000, 2,000 feet of water. Like, I mean,
They're going where there's nothing but ocean. Like nothing but ocean.
You're driving for 5 hours straight, and still you don't see land. Like crazy, insane.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. And here you are. You're just like, I'm just gonna make better content and spend $4,000.
It's better, I guess, in like ours isn't as polished, I would say, because we don't have like they upload like 8 episodes a year. We have to do them weekly, multiple times per week. So I wouldn't say maybe our episodes are more entertaining depending on who's watching it. Maybe more people will be more entertained with stuff we post.
Yeah,
and then some other people would be more entertained with like the more
personal
highly
preference.
edited,
Depends what you're
kind of
interested
like
in.
yeah. But at least what we do is like real, even though they're like sometimes like fun but at least it's not like we're like sitting there and like. It's like, oh, it's your cue to talk now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like how those
pinging-
TV shows are. All the...
Yeah. Now, we'll redo an intro every now and then if we say
Yeah.
something wrong or something,
Yeah, we're still putting it together, but
Yeah.
it's not on the level of like...
No,
that's why
it's-
YouTube's so cool. That's why people are watching YouTube more than TV now.
It's more
like,
raw. It's more even though you guys see like, especially with the Norm video, not so much mine. Mine is pretty raw. Like my videos are just kind of like what you see is what you get, and like I edit my videos. I edit a bunch of stuff out that doesn't really like need to be in because like we'd be gooning sometimes. But like it's way more raw. Like even a Norm video rather than a TV show, not scripted. Like there's Norm has never came to me and been like, I need you to say this at this point in time. And like never. It's always just a natural reaction. It just makes it more
kind of go.
Yeah, just kind of go with it. Go with the flow. Like whatever happens, just go with it. Like
And sometimes before I'll be like, hey, we need to like say these things. So like if I don't touch on one of them, you guys can like
Bring it
say
up.
it too. Like if we're doing like a store hopping challenge and these are the rules. So if I forget one of the rules or something like that, if you guys want to say like, want to ask me about like a potential, like,
just
do
ping
we
it.
have like a time restraint or anything? Or like, so we kind of like do that. But I mean, that's...
We've grown into being able to learn to do that for each other though, because it's like, especially if you're doing some kind of like challenge like that, like what's in the back of my, and Norm, remember this joke we used to make all the time? I would give you an idea and you would be like, eh. And that was a hard no from Norm.
Yeah.
If I ever said something and he was like, eh, that was a hard no. And I always knew when it was not a hard no. And then I always felt really good when it was not a hard no. He would be, I would say something and he'd be like, yeah, we should, that I like that. Yeah. And then instead of a, eh.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I did that till you pointed it out.
Yeah.
Instead of me saying no, I just go,
Yeah, literally that noise right there. And then I wouldn't even say it. I wouldn't even bring it up again because I'm like, Norm envisions his videos like, it's almost crazy. Like you edit your video as you're filming it. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah,
like
I know how it's. I know how it like, or I guess the best way to explain it is I know the backbone of the video. Like I know the progression of the video and how it's going to happen.
Yep.
And then everything else is improvised.
Yeah.
So like I know exactly like, you know
what you want.
Yeah, I want like this teaser clip for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I want the intro to be within 45 seconds explaining all these things that I have in my head already.
Yeah.
But when we're saying those and jokes go on, it's all natural. And then I know I want to be in the store for like this segmented amount of time before then we go fishing. And I want to be fishing for this amount of time. And I want there to be X amount of fish in the video before we call it.
Yeah.
Depending on like, you know, if the time, like if we do 60 minutes, but nothing happens, then we kind of improvise and we're like, okay, we're going to extend the time. Or like, I think the last one we filmed, that color challenge, the 1v1v1,
that was rough, yeah.
We just did not catch fish like I thought we were going to. So we had to kind of improvise on the spot. But I know for the most part, even like, I was thinking like, oh, the fishing might fail on this. So I already have the backup plan just in case in a way to kind of talk about it. Cause it doesn't make sense in a video if you're just jumping around everywhere. So I have whenever I always go title and thumbnail first in my mind. Like I think about that before
it's the first impression. It's the first impression. Yeah.
Before what we do, like in the video at all, I'll think of like a cool video and then I'll think about how can I make the video match the title and thumbnail to get like the most
I like that.
views.
Yeah.
So I haven't done a video at all recently where I haven't already thought of the title and thumbnail before we even started it.
Used to, I remember in like 2020, you would come down to my house in South Florida or whatever, and we'd just be riding around, in between videos or riding from one spot to the other chasing fish, and you would be like, I've got an idea. And that we would just literally run and gun. Like let's say we were filming for me that day or that specific time, we would finish my video up and go straight into yours, like no thought whatsoever. I won't say no thought, very minimal thought.
It's kind of getting back to that for me. It went from it went from really easy, which I still was thinking probably the most back then, to then really thinking hard about our videos and how to optimize. And now that we've done the thinking, now I'm going back to just doing, and it's helped me better on camera and stuff too.
Do you think the reason for that is because you've put so much thought for so long into each and every video? It now seems like it's like you're not doing that. You really are, but you're not thinking about it. Like because
I think hard beforehand, but once the video starts, I don't think at all.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of helped because I've already done all the thinking and I've kind of figured out, and I can say with a video, like before we even film it, I could tell you how many views it's going to get, as I've done before.
You literally called it.
This one's going to be here. Like I know how they're going to perform.
Yeah,
but
I'm not at that level yet. I'm not at the I can call it, but you got there. I would say within the past, I want to say in the past 8 months. It's August right now, right? Yeah. So for past 8 months. So the entirety of this year, you've probably a little bit later in the last part of last year, but you've been very spot on. And the last 10 to 12 months. And like, I know this video is going to do good. Like it'll be within this view range. Like, so I agree with that.
Yeah,
for sure. I agree with that.
So I get how they're going to do but you can't always film 1 out of 10. Like I have ideas on my list and I'm like, this would be one that's like easier to film just so I have stuff out so people can keep watching. But this is one I know is going to be really good.
My video idea list is stupid. Let me just, it's almost like, and like you just said, I'll look at this. I will realize these are video ideas, dude.
Yeah, I think you got more than.
But I'll look through them and be like, ain't none of those gonna hit. Like, and maybe they would, because sometimes, I mean, you know this just as well as I do. Sometimes we'll be filming. Trey's filmed plenty of these with me, and it's like you're just winging it the whole time. Like, this is gonna be trash, but I have to put a video out. 1 out of 10. Yeah, it's a good video.
Yeah, and sometimes you get a random one where you're like, okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, YouTube.
Thanks to the YouTube gods or whoever.
Yeah.
Thanks. Like, I don't know how this happened, but here is a 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. What we're referring to is if you post YouTube videos, you have there's an app that keeps track of all your analytics and stuff like that, and it'll tell you, let's say people in the Olympics get judged. A 10 out of 10 is perfect. On YouTube, a 1 out of 10 is perfect. A 10 out of 10 is
like
terrible.
less people are clicking it.
Yeah,
less
it's
people
terrible.
are, something's wrong. If
Yeah,
you have
something's
a 10
bad.
out
If you have a
10.
10, but every now and then you're gonna have to have a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, you can't always have one or above fives. Like my most recent one, which I knew before I posted it because of the thumbnail, it's a 9 out of 10 right now, which means it's performing below average.
Yeah, if it's 9 out of 10, I mean it's far below. It's
Yeah,
just
not to hurt my feelings, but
yeah.
No, the good thing is like I know before I post, I know what's gonna do good.
It was
so
still
it doesn't like
a dang
hurt
good
me.
video though. It was still a dang.
Oh,
good
it was
video.
amazing,
bro.
video.
That could be
That's
one.
the thing.
You know what's crazy too is because I've had plenty. Me and Trey has filmed plenty 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s, and they turn into over time. They wouldn't go to a 1 out of 10, but they like. Me and you filmed a catfish nasty bait challenge at Lojo's Pond in, I want to say December 2020, maybe. And that was like a 36-minute long video when long videos were not popping. Like it just didn't. Everything about that video, the story was good, the fish catches was good, the nasty bait thing, the 1v1, all that was good. It was a 10 out of 10. It was a hard 10 out of 10. And now the video's got over 250,000 views. Yeah. And it just grew out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, sometimes YouTube can just do like
random things.
Random
YouTube is so
stuff.
random. Yeah. And I have not dialed in yet what I know for a fact would be a 1 through 3 out of 10 for me. I haven't dialed that in yet, but I've been getting a lot better about being like, instead of just running and gunning, like, oh, I've got an idea, I'm just going to go film it. I've been putting, because me and you had this talk, I don't know if you remember, me and you had this talk a couple months ago, but it was like, I now put way more thought into my videos and the key points that you said that need to be mentioned in the video. Like I make sure those are mentioned, or Trey will remind me, or Trey will just say something, or just whatever. And I'm like, that is exactly what needs to be done at this point in the video. And then after that, it's just all not winging it, but just going with the flow, kind of like not improvising, but what's the word? Improv? No, I don't know. You just go with it. You just go with it. Like key things need to be said in a video to make things as seem as important as they are. You got to highlight them. You highlight them, and then you just go with it. From there.
No,
and then
you
the
have
next
to
thing,
be in any video ever. It's just storytelling is the most important part.
Storytelling is very important.
So you have to kind of like set the scene, and that just makes like if you look at the most popular YouTubers,
I'm gonna open these up.
Like run it.
I forgot about that.
I thought you were talking about the Pokemon pack. Like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, even like Eric and those guys too. They set up their stories so well, and then they have an entertaining character to back it, and then that's pretty much all you need. So it's really, if like the biggest compliment you could ever give a YouTuber is like, you're really good at storytelling.
Norm, would you consider yourself the Mr. Beast of fishing?
I see that comment sometimes. I don't really consider. Ooh, you got a Ditto VMAX, and that's a shiny. That car that you think's regular, it's actually a shiny. That's part of the shiny vault as well.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna let you sleeve those.
Okay.
Ditto VMAX, you got that.
Those are pretty good, dude.
Yeah, the Ditto VMAX is definitely good. That's a OG. Ditto's an OG card. Yeah.
Yep, Gen 1, baby.
Let's go. Heck yeah, bro. I got that first pack look, baby.
Yeah,
You know the deal.
that's a double hit. These are all hits, so shinies.
Are they?
Yeah, so that's a double hitter. We both got a double hitter.
Imagine
It's
being
good pack.
imagine being 8-year-old YakPak and actually having your hands on this probably makes sense to a very minute percentage of you guys listening or watching. I've literally put my hands on, I could not tell you how many first edition. What does a first edition Charizard go for right now? $330,000?
Nah, dude, like the BGS 10 that Logan
Yeah,
Paul has
yeah.
is like 1.2 million.
Oh my god, dude! I can't tell you. I bet you I've touched 20 of them. I guarantee it. In my whole life, in my life, when I was a kid, when Pokemon
bummer.
first came out, yeah, it breaks my heart too. We wouldn't be doing this podcast right now.
Yeah,
We'd be doing something else.
living in like Costa Rica or something.
Yeah, we would be owning Costa Rica or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Blows my freaking mind, dude. But
I wish we would. Speaking of, I wish we would have bought into that Logan Paul first box break.
what was a box back? What was the pack back then? It was less than 10 grand.
His first one, it was it was 10 grand. It was
exactly
10 grand
for a
pack.
We could have
dude.
split a pack,
Yeah, dude, totally.
It would've been
and you
good
get to go out there and do all that stuff. That would have been so.
Remember Graham
great.
Stephan, the guy we used to watch for finance stuff? Yeah. Graham Stephan bought a pack and went out there. And
the second one, he bought a pack, and I think it was like 40 grand or 45 grand.
Yeah, something like that.
The next time.
Crazy,
so that's a little crazy.
Are you going to buy? Okay. Are you going to buy one if he does that again? But you know that's going to be like crazy.
If it's like,
I think if you're doing what you're doing now, like I think it would benefit you if you did, even if it cost 60 grand a pack. I think the exposure with Logan Paul and everything else you could get from that, I think it would be worth 60 grand because that's crazy for me to say that. Never mind, don't do that.
That's for a pack of cards, man. It's a little much.
But hey, it could have a Charizard though.
Yeah, Charizard, and then it's worth $1 million.
Yeah,
so it's literally the definition of gambling.
Good.
If it was 30, I would consider.
Yeah,
30, if I could get it for like 30. Because as soon as you're talking about a brand new like Tesla for a pack of cards, and it's going to be open too. If I could keep it sealed, that'd be a different story. Because then that would be like an investment. But once you open it, if it's not one of the good cards, then you're never making the money back.
Have you seen the one that he wore around his neck for his boxing match? The Pikachu Illustrator. There was like 3 of them made ever in the world. His graded 10, $5.275 million.
Yep.
On like a $2 million chain.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's that YouTube money. That's that Logan. No, let me rephrase that because we don't make money like that. That's that Logan Paul YouTube money. Getting 100 million views a month. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's just next level.
That's beyond next level. That's next
crazy.
Next level.
Then he made a company around it where he could sell like partial shares and stuff. Like that guy's just making new businesses like every 3 months maybe.
Yeah. And then Prime comes out.
Yeah, 99 Originals. You seen that project?
99 Originals, dude.
That was pretty cool. At first, I was like, that's kind of lame because like the first
though,
but now like with the videos of every story and stuff, I can
now
just
you got that
respect
camera
it.
right there. You finna do Norm's 99 Originals.
I don't know about all that, but
oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, it's
that's crazy.
I don't know, it's cool.
So to wrap this up, kinda, what's the most money that you've spent on a single video, if you don't mind? Because we know it was a dang good video, and everybody that watched it enjoyed it for a fact. So not to brag about money or anything like that, but like you got to pay to play. You got to pay to make good content.
Yeah, that's the thing too. And like I'll preface it with saying that we always when we film our videos and stuff too, I try to make relatable stuff. So most of the cost goes into like producing the video, I would say,
rather than material.
Yeah.
So
some,
I like that.
Some videos, we'll buy a ton of stuff and do like some crazy challenge, like the one you guys were talking about. But for the most part, like, but even if say we did like recently, like a $15 challenge at the dollar store camping edition. So technically in that video, we spend $15.
Yeah.
But in reality, we drive up 4.5 hours. So there and back, I guess, if you're considering it for the video.
It's $400 in gas, easy.
Yeah.
Easily.
With a truck, too, that gets 8 miles a gallon. Yeah. So there's that. There's, I guess it just depends, like, per video if you're including the cost of all the equipment. You know what? Let me go get Zade real quick. Because I honestly don't even know how much our equipment costs.
Zade would know, and he's editing right now.
Because he a lot of times buys stuff.
Well,
so
we'll Zade's the purchaser of product in these videos for the most part, other than if we're just goofing off and fishing videos and stuff. But I would say this, that'll be good. What do you think, Trey, is the most money I've ever spent on a video?
The most money you've ever spent?
Yeah. On a video, one single video, including everything: food, transportation, product,
probably
everything.
$2,500, maybe. No,
that's
maybe.
probably close. That's probably close.
So?
I would say between $2,500 and $3,500 for one video. Yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah, I would say no more than $3,500. And if I just made more money, I would definitely spend more money because I feel like the more. Maybe I'm wrong about that. The more money you spend on a video, the better. Like maybe that's not true, but
not all the time.
We got Zade coming in hot.
Take my seat, Zade.
We got Zade coming in hot. A bunch of the deal. There's wires and everything.
We should get a whole pod with Zade.
I need to buy another. I need to buy another thing. All right,
Oh,
Zade.
no way. You guys did some pack opening?
Yeah, I mean, I opened the best ones. You know the deal. Oh. So, okay, Zade. The topic of this podcast was how much does Fishing with Norm spend per video? Now, that's equipment, production, just everything you need for a video. What do you think the most? Because we're kind of wrapping it up here. What do you think the most expensive Norm video, if you equate everything, like gas to get there, food, supplies, production?
Like with the cameras and the computers and the laptop, because
I mean, if you count those
Factor
things
everything in. What do you
everything
think?
because I actually was listening a little bit to you guys talk beforehand, and I heard you guys bring up the like subscriber challenge. I mean the subscriber
when y'all flew them
tournament
down,
or whatever.
that was crazy.
So I think that has to be one of the most expensive ones, right? The subscriber tournament. I have the feeling that it has to be like up there, unless.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like. For you on the production side.
On the production side. Well, yeah.
Because I mean, technically, you see what I'm saying? Like, so
I know
what
you mean.
How much is a camera? Because I can think about how much money I've spent on flights and everything, but how much for the cameras, the laptops, the storage, the everything.
I mean, the full. Let's say what I fit in my backpacks plus my car rig and gimbal.
Yeah, the car rig was crazy.
I mean, everything. I would say we're running. Like 15, 20, something like that.
Good God.
1,000?
Just everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Just very approximate. And then on top of that, you have like 8 or 9 14 terabyte hard drives with all of Norm's footage from the last.
I mean, think
like,
about this too. What do
years.
y'all normally run GoPro wise? Let's say you're doing a 1v1 v1v1.
Like tons of GoPros.
I'm about to say, think about GoPro. A GoPro battery costs $20. A GoPro is $500.
Too, because now we have like 3 or 4 computers.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying like on top of what would you say 15, 20?
Dude, my guess was like at least 30.
I was gonna say close to 30 because
maybe I'm underestimating a little bit.
you might be under. But it's okay.
Are you saying 30 with the computers and the laptop and everything?
I'm including everything like what we need to make videos.
Well, not just videos, but like there's no one like, okay, listen, I ain't throwing no shade. Y'all better not clip this. Y'all don't do it. John B is John B. John B will be the pioneer forever of high quality B-roll, just the best fishing videos. He will be the pioneer of that. But your boy Fishing with Norm is on the scene.
Do you know what? First thing Norm ever showed me when I came to the U.S., and he wanted to show me what a fishing YouTube video is.
Yeah. John's video?
John B.
Yeah.
The first thing.
It's crazy. Before you came here, Zade, before he flew you over here or whatever, he was sitting at my house in West Palm Beach, and he was like, he was showing me your videos and stuff like that. He was like, dude, I got to get this dude. I got to get this dude in. And literally, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, dude, it might have been later that night. He was like, I just got his ticket. Like, I was like, bro, let's go, dude. I'm stoked for you.
I think the one I was showing you was the one. Do you remember that drone shot you had on the dunes in Nevada?
Oh,
I had that, and there was some video I think you had filmed and produced for some rap. The music video. This is the music video. I was like, bro, that's next level. Like, imagine putting that in a fishing thing. And Zade had zero knowledge of fishing anything, right?
That's the thing is I think that really changed up the game because I came in with no knowledge. I mean, the only fishing stuff I've ever seen was maybe in a cartoon where they have the little worm on the end.
Yeah.
And then they, that.
And here you are.
Nothing beforehand. Yeah. And just having a full fresh take.
And here you are catching bigger fish than all of us. Every time he picks a rod up, he catches a 5-pounder. Every time.
Norm doesn't want me to fish anymore.
Do you tell him about the Texas trip?
Oh yeah.
Did you catch on the Texas trip?
I haven't said anything. We
God.
haven't even released this yet, but yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I did catch. I think till then it was the biggest one. Until you caught the bigger one after that.
How did it feel reeling that bad boy in?
I thought Goliath grouper was the biggest fish.
Yeah, I remember
the craziest one you can do. Definitely alligator gar. That one was unbelievable.
Them things
at
are
like
pure
2 a.m.
fight.
Yeah,
Pure fight.
How big was it?
Was it like 6.5?
Like 6.5 foot.
Something like that. 6.5. Just
did you,
pure muscle, man.
Did you fun catch this fish, or did you? It's in the video, y'all.
Oh,
gonna be.
it's in the video, and on top of that, man,
oh my God.
It broke off probably 4 or 5 times.
Oh my gosh.
Beforehand, and I felt so bad because this man was like rigging it up, doing everything for us. And he didn't even catch one till then. So I was like, hey, do you know what? You do it first. Yeah. You get it first, and then. But I got really lucky with that
crazy,
one.
Man.
Threw my whole back into
it.
You
did it like hook set to fight to everything.
Yeah.
After like number 5, we were like, oh, we should let him hook it and then let Zade reel it in because we were messing up on the hook set.
Yeah.
And then Zade was like, you saw how we were doing it?
Yeah. It only took 5 tries. That's it.
His shot. He's like, no, this time
I got it this time. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, so
Insane.
I get to do that. I've never ever thought that I would ever care about fishing.
Was your first bass? Was your first bass like a 5-pounder?
No joke, like 6 pounds. It was
Good
my
God.
second cast. I didn't even know what I was doing holding that.
Some people fish their whole life and don't catch a 6-pounder.
That's true. Some people fish their entire life and will never catch a 6, and you're 2 casts deep on your fishing career and you catch a 6. Oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy.
It's kind of wild.
So overall, I guess how much do you say? And
Okay, if you're
think like the monitors,
Yeah,
the actual PC.
Yeah, you factor everything.
Okay,
in.
if you're counting
Talk about,
everything in,
rentals
definitely.
We've had to do on trips. Like we had to rent
Yeah.
cameras and stuff.
Yeah, we lost like 4 or 5 GoPros at least, or he burnt them all. There's so much. So with everything accounted in, like with laptop and everything, I mean, honestly, 35, 40, even with programs and software.
Yeah.
And all, like even my audio library for sound effects is like 2.5.
Dang.
So it's not just, physical things.
Everything
on
that
top
is
of-
involved. I mean, I wish they could. And if you remember to send it to me, cool. But if you have a screenshot on your phone of like one of your timelines,
Oh,
like, or
yeah.
a picture
Yeah,
of
yeah.
a timeline,
I've
I'll
full
post
thing.
that. I'll put that up right here on the screen so you guys can like see. Like, there's so much stuff. Even if Zade, like, if it's an hour-long video and Zade is like 1.9 seconds of this video at this exact time needs this exact sound, like that's how much goes into it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's nuts,
sometimes whenever I have enough time for that. But also, yeah. But it does seem kind of ridiculous with the whole camera equipment. But I'm also obsessed with buying camera.
Yeah, I think you
equipment.
need to be obsessed to be as successful as you guys are. You have to obsess over what you do to be this successful. You think like we listened to a podcast earlier with Mark Cuban on it, and you could just tell he was literally obsessed with technology and stuff like that. And then you got Elon Musk, as what's dude's worth $500-600 billion or whatever it is, like obsessed with space and just stuff like that. Like, I mean, you have to be obsessive over stuff like that if you want to be if you want to be not the 1%, like if you want to be the guy, like the team, the people, like you have to obsess over it. I feel like, and if you don't, you're just you can't be that. Like it's not. That's so crazy.
Oh, definitely. If you want to do anything with longevity,
you got to be obsessive.
you just have to.
Like Norman, his Pokemon card addiction, and mine and my Can-Am addiction. Both terrible addictions. 10 out of 10 do not recommend. But anyways, we'll wrap this one up. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks,
Zade.
man. It's my first podcast ever. This is awesome.
Well, we're going to have you on another one because there's probably another, I've got another idea. We'll see how it goes if they've made it this far listening. We're going to kind of get some insights on, we've got the insights on now what it costs to make a Fishing with Norm video, but we want to, I do. I mean, I've seen it firsthand, but I'm sure some people out there want to hear what all goes into Zade editing a Fishing with Norm video. One of the super high quality ones, like, because you don't just sit down and for 30 minutes and edit the fishing video. It's not like that.
No, me and Norm obsess over the videos. That's why.
Literally,
And it shows.
Yeah, it definitely shows. You guys literally are the number one. There's nobody like I love Ayo, I love Lojo, I love me, but like there's no, like it's just not. Nobody's doing it like y'all are doing it. Nobody. It's crazy.
Let me hop on now because I can actually tell you how much. I just wanted him to say the equipment side because I genuinely had no.
You didn't know? I bet.
Yeah.
I think that's a good ballpark.
Yeah, it's a good
My
ballpark.
guess was like 30 to 40. was
Yeah,
my guess.
that's what he
Just
ended
on
with,
my-
35 to 40.
Like,
That's what.
I bought some of the stuff back in the
Yeah.
day, but Zade, like the last year, has bought everything.
Everything?
Besides the occasional GoPro.
Yeah.
I even asked you for a loan like ahead of time
Yeah.
to be able to buy a bunch of equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Oh
clearly,
yeah, dude, we're way above that because you had like.
Just the loan was like
Oh my! That was like an $18,000 loan or something like that.
Good
Is
God.
what I gave him. What, last December?
Yeah, it was just for one set. All those GoPro batteries
Yeah.
are all gone.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And 3 of
Well,
those GoPros are broken.
Hey, we know who to thank. We know who to thank for the missing GoPro batteries. We won't say his name on this podcast, but
Who is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Devin from Jacksonville, you fucking bitch.
Jeez.
That'll all be edited out.
But yeah, and plus, I mean, Zay gets like he got cool stuff like the little behind the scenes camera was
Yeah,
his idea
that's
for
a good
all
plug.
of it.
That's
Or
a
I
good-
think we were.
That's good.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Like, dude, we need to film this, and Zay
Yeah.
was the actual one to like get on eBay
Yep.
and start bidding and actually
dope.
like make it happen. So he got Mason has a camera, Lojo has a camera, I think. Ao has a camera. You have a camera.
That's awesome. That's so sick.
Me, you, Ao, Tommy. Tommy has a camera
That's
too.
so dope.
So just to film everything that goes on. There's already clips of me crying on here, by the way.
It happens.
Yeah, from from cracking under stress. The first time I cried in like 7 years. Or
sometimes
since,
you gotta let it
I
out.
think a year or two after high school. Yeah,
Sometimes
so
you
I
gotta
think
let it out, bro.
2018 was like the last time I cried, and then 2 weeks ago I just was like
You
I
melted
was
down.
overwhelmed.
You got. Hey,
Had a lot
sometimes
of
you'll
stuff
have that
going
man.
on. But yeah, so I guess we would say, I mean, yeah, we had that. See, he's getting behind the scenes right now. We maybe had like an $18,000 loan going on
Yeah, I remember that.
before, and that's when he already had a
bunch of
Black
good
Magic
stuff.
camera, which
Yeah.
is like what, $8,000 or something with
After
all the
you
lenses
guys
and
had bought
stuff.
this camera that me and you,
Yeah.
when I asked Zade,
But we
I was
had
like,
to buy this camera
yeah.
because the Black Magic broke.
Yeah.
So if we're even considering
That's $7,000 right there. That setup right
Yeah.
there is $7,000. Like, and I
Jeez.
seen how much high quality
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
you
that's the
guys are
same
doing.
setup we have, right?
They're the same as
yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
vlog
so our
camera, yeah.
camera's 7, but we
Yep.
have different lenses that
Yeah.
end up costing
And a
more,
lens is not, bro. That lens right there
is more than a body.
$1,800,
half the
$1,200,
time.
whatever it is. I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah,
Yeah,
You got that
and
big
I
blue
saw
zoom.
you had a G Master recently. When did you buy that? Did you not have a G Master on the
Zade done
Texas
forgot what he
strip?
bought.
I thought I saw a G on the side. Is that not? Is that on our camera? Do you not?
No, the one, the big lens.
Yeah.
No, that's above G Master.
Oh, it's above G
It's
Master.
a big step up.
Cinema version of
Big lens step over there.
Oh, well, dang.
maybe the lens. You know,
That's
So,
crazy.
anyways,
wins,
I
big dreams.
feel like we've probably spent maybe like it through my stuff too, because I've gone through laptops and
Everything,
I have
bro.
a computer as well.
Everything.
Maybe in totality on my channel, I've spent 50 in combination on camera on like not like a video idea, just
Yeah.
equipment.
Yeah.
Maybe like 50, and we probably have 30,000 in current rotation.
like 90% of my history of paychecks have all gone to equipment. So basically, whatever.
That's good though. I mean, scared money don't make money. You got to spend money to make money.
You'll
Got
have to do a little B-roll clip of the inside of the office,
I'm
because you
gonna
can just
get one after this. Yeah, I'll
you
go
can
get
just
one.
see everything.
Yeah.
So including, I guess, that cost and that's every video technically, or none of the videos, but just like excluding all the stuff that we have to buy on the side. I mean, maybe like that one was up there, the subscriber tournament.
That was big.
That was
big.
up, and with also paying like editing and camera and everything. I mean, that maybe ran 20 because of the 8,000 cash prize, the 2,400 in
30
hotel rooms, and the 3,800 in
in
Dick's, and then editing the video, and then gas money for us
Yep,
to
to
get
and
there
from.
and back. And
Yep.
I had a second camera guy there,
Yes, you did.
as
Yep.
well, so paid him, and then dinners and everything in Topgolf, and then
Oh, Topgolf was $1,000.
yeah, and
guaranteed.
Then my
There was 12 of
manager
us.
was there too, so I'm paying him as well. So
Yeah.
maybe in total that video was
25, almost 30. I would say close to
maybe
30.
so it was
My math is not good.
was up there. But we're going to tease our thing coming up, Europe. We're going to Europe at the end of this month, and I went to go Venmo somebody, and my checking account was out of money. I was like, what in the world? It's like I just had like 12 grand in here. It's all the flights. So like
Oh
before
my
we're even
God.
going, like I mean, just our week-long trip over there, we're doing like a country hopping fishing
That'd be
challenge, and
dope.
Zade's parents set all of it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, those videos are probably, and then we're bringing another camera guy on, meeting him for the first time there potentially. So, you know, who knows, just before we even eat food or need to buy
Before
stuff
you
for
do
videos.
anything, you're at 12K.
Yeah, we're already, you know, probably there. But
That's crazy.
in recent recollection, the last one I filmed, and this is by no means like a flex. You see
No,
how
no,
much
it's not
like
a flex,
Deadliest Catch and like we do. It's $1 million an episode. I don't know if you heard
$1
us.
million an episode for Deadliest Catch. Yeah.
That's their budget per video.
$1
Yeah, I
million
know.
an
It's $1
episode.
million an episode.
And I'm almost positive they do, I think we just said it earlier, 8 episodes a season. $1 million an
like
episode.
yeah, so like they spent $8 million on a season of it.
Yeah. 8
Which,
episodes.
according to Google, which you know how
It
accurate
was
is that,
for-
but
It was $1 million for one streamed hour on TV
yeah,
for everything included. Yeah,
That is crazy.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
bro,
what I'm
get
saying.
out. I don't. Oh my gosh.
So I don't. So in that perspective, we spend
We bought Bass
nothing.
Pro, the fishing challenge. We bought Bass Pro.
We just buy tackle stores, just buy companies.
We bought the entire Walmart fishing section.
I bought
1
the
through
whole
12.
entire storage unit complex and
Yeah.
opened every single one.
Good God.
Yeah.
And we had 90 camera guys.
And we had
Nine.
I was trying to figure out how they spend $1 million, but I think
That'd be crazy. It could
for
be done.
us,
I mean,
and also at the same time too, like I've always like preached putting back into the thing that makes you money. So you get the money, you put it back in, you grow. Like that's the whole
that's how you do
point of a business. If
how
you're
you do it.
starting something, don't like make the money and then
spend the money.
buy a cannon.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm kidding,
Don't
but
do
like
that. No, don't. He ain't
Yeah.
kidding. Don't do that.
I've the only 2 things I've bought in 4 years that were like personal. I guess 3 things that I bought for myself was I bought a bed this month. That was like $2,800, and then Zade, you also bought one, right? And yours just came in a couple of days ago. Yeah,
Yeah. Outside of business related stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So we got that, but you sleep a third of your life, so it's an investment. Like it keeps you good. You get good rest of sleep. So that was like my reasoning. So I've done that. I bought the TV, but it was on a Black Friday deal.
That was a big TV.
So
Yeah,
I
that's a big
spent,
TV,
I think, like $1,800 on my TV, which was dumb. So I've done that, and then I buy shoes, but you spend 2/3 of your life on your feet when you're not in bed. So shoes are also a really good investment.
Very much so.
And so those are the 3 things. And then also, if you want to say Pokemon,
No, that's
but
an
that's my
investment.
thing.
That
But you
makes
can
you
also invest it. Like when we bought them back in the day, like all those boxes I bought for like $100 are now worth in the thousands of dollars.
I remember that. October 2020.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So that was an investment.
We were
Went
gonna
on a
buy.
tear.
We're gonna. Yeah, we did. We literally did not film YouTube videos for like a week. We just went and bought Pokemon cards from everywhere in South Florida.
Dude, that was some of my favorite,
beat everyone.
favorite memories. We go to
I
Costco,
swear.
out of stock. We go to Walmart, out of stock. We didn't even know what Pokemon cards
Remember the
were good. Dude,
Remember
we
the
bought
Family
all of them.
Dollar rips, and when we would go to the
my
card stores and be like,
yes.
we would go to,
Dude, just Zade, you missed that on the Prime days. Dude, they'd have
Yeah.
thousands of dollar packs. You could walk in, just grab all of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
crazy.
dude, it was so much fun. We sit in his family room and just on the glass table, just sit there. We even had some Instagram lives and stuff.
Yeah, it's nuts. Dude.
So
It's crazy.
besides that, everything I spend, like I don't bat an eye if it's towards, like it's back to like confidence in the videos. You're like saying, are you ever like unconfident?
Yeah,
being
self-doubt or whatever.
Not 0%, but it helps to know like how I can like. I mean, me and Zade know before we upload one. Like every single time we post, we kind of call it. It's like here's a 2 out of 10, here's a 6 out of 10.
Yeah,
we know.
You're very accurate when you do that too. I mean, sometimes 1 or 2 numbers off, but like very accurate.
So it doesn't.
You're more
hurt
accurate at
as
that
bad.
than anybody else that I've ever heard talk about their videos. Like,
Yeah, I called all of Ao's. He like posted 10 in a row, and he would just send me the thumbnail, and he'd be like, "What number is this going to be?" And I called it every single time just by the picture.
That's crazy. And
But,
the picture and the picture, like you guys would refer to it as, or any thumbnail and title.
Yeah.
It's your first impression. It's like when you meet somebody for the first time, when you see something for the first time, like it's your first impression. So it has to be good. I used to never put thought into a title or thumbnail. I thought the content within the video had to be as good as it, like that's what made the video. But like, bro, the content can be great. If your title and thumbnail doesn't entice people to click on it, like who's going to watch it? Like, you know what I mean? So title, thumbnail. I do this in this order. I do thumbnail, title, content. That's how I prioritize.
Yeah, that's the same.
Thumbnail, title, content. Because they see the thumbnail. If it's good, they read the title. It's good. They watch the video. They like it. They subscribe. Boom.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So I'm trying to think like, well, okay, so I've spent my money on a few things.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but that's like over like 4 years. Is the only I still drive like the same truck that I bought from Chick-fil-A. Like I feel like if I get the things I want, I won't work as hard. So
That's
I try
true.
to play in like a space of like I don't have
Much.
any money to spend on myself. Like I sweated so hard like for months before I bought that TV, just thinking about it. But then we'll go and it's like, hey, we're going somewhere and we need to buy plane tickets, and it's just I don't even think about it, even though it's more expensive.
I've got that way more so in the past. I'll say past 8 months. So this year, beginning of this year, I kind of recollected and started thinking. I was like, dude, I got to stop spending money like it's going out of style. Like now, obviously, you spend money, you'll make the money back, but like I was like, dude, now like just like you said, if it's for a video, I don't care what it costs. It doesn't matter. Like I didn't second guess going to buy this $200 microphone tonight, like just for this podcast. Like I didn't care.
It's
but
a
like,
part of it.
If I see something else that's $200 that like something that I want, it's like I don't know about that,
dude. For me to buy a pair of AirPods, I was stressing hard.
Bro.
But like earlier that day, I probably you know what I mean.
You gotta have AirPods because you gotta go to the gym. You gotta work out. You can't work out without music. And you got to work out. You be healthy.
But my thing is like you don't need AirPods. You could do $10 headphones. You know what I mean? So it's like when it's something like that's not for like the like if we need the $7,000-$8,000 camera because we need it because it's going to directly improve what we do and we use it every day for the next year and a half.
Yeah,
like it makes so much more sense to get good stuff.
Yeah,
and not spend time thinking about it. Like if there's so many times where like. I mean, just the most recent video we filmed, we bought another speedboat from Ocho. Dude, we went to go buy it. It was like $5,000. We buy it, and then all the tires are ruined. So then we go spend $1,200 in
tires,
Tractor Supply for new tires. I didn't know it was going to be a part of it. And then we spend a ton of money on gas, and we had to get everybody food because we weren't home in time.
Oh God!
And then we get there, we put it in Loja's pond, then the thing gets stuck. So then I have to rent an excavator. And I rent the excavator to try to build a boat ramp. That doesn't work. We have to go buy a ton of concrete for Loja's pond and a compactor or whatever. Yeah. We have to go buy the $800 winch to even get the boat out of the water. And so before we know it, we've spent 10, 11 grand, and that's without any of the camera equipment or paying for the video to be edited. It's just just there. So, I mean, like, and that happens, but I don't sweat that at all because it's like, I know, especially for a video like that, I know it's going to be a 1 or 2 out of 10. I know it's going to do good. So,
like 6 weeks until you convinced yourself to get that Yeti cooler, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I bought it. I bought a Yeti cooler.
I remember that.
For like $300.
You're like trying to tell me to convince yourself.
Yeah.
I
need to talk. I always talk to other people like, dude, should I buy? I wanted a Yeti cooler because I was like, we're always out in the sun, and it's a smart thing, Like we're always out there. It's 100 degrees. If we had cold waters on hand, we'd save more time instead of driving to a gas station to go get drinks. But there is cheap Walmart coolers, but it's like, oh, if we get something, I'm not going to treat something that's cheap as nice as if I got like a multiple $100 cooler. I'm going to keep it nice.
I should have called you before I bought the Can-Am.
You should have. But that's like I really stress those things. So obviously I don't have really anything.
There will be no more Can-Ams purchased. Like before, if it's a new camera, laptop, podcast equipment, fishing equipment, it's that before anything else. Like I learned my lesson. Can-Am's fun, don't get me wrong. And it's I got it to a point now where it doesn't break as much. Like it's good. I have fun on it. It's a way to disconnect. From, go work, whatever, everything, just life, just disconnect from life, just go out there and have fun, whatever. But like, that's it. Oh, there's no more. Like I would be good selling the truck that I have now, that brand new truck, whatever. I would be good selling that and get like a 2015 or whatever. It's nothing.
Dude, we're so young and
for sure.
Like it's a life. So
bro, you're young at like 50.
And my whole thing is investing. So I could invest this money and say that we buy a camera with, or that we go spend like $20,000 maybe on the trip to Europe when everything's said and done. I could put that $20,000 in a stock, and maybe it'll go up 68% per year. Yep. Or I could put that $20,000 into that and grow this. Yeah. And then it's such a better investment. So investing in yourself, as long as you're confident, is always the best investment.
I like that.
So
invest in yourself.
That's what we do. But I would say like maybe we've had a few that just accidentally end up running 15 to 20.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably the cap, is like $20,000 a video.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Maybe we've had 4 or 5.
But that's why when you watch and
then hotel rooms too. Yeah. Oh, dude, we were stuck in Texas to go film that stuff, dude. Our hotel room was $480 a night. It was the only hotel available.
Oh my god!
So it was like we're like, oh well, what are we gonna do? Sleep? I was like, well, we need good sleep for the video, so. We just do it. So I don't really think about that. But if I had to buy a $200 pair of AirPods, I would be thinking about it for 2 months, because it's not for that. But it's like we're in that situation. It's like, instead of wasting time thinking about this, let's do it. Get up there and start editing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I feel like you are, when you get done watching a Fishing with Norm video, whether it's a 1 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, either way, when you get done watching it, you are literally left like on the edge of your seat or with your jaw dropped. And like that make you spending that amount of money to make that quality of video and tell that quality of story, like that makes it all worth it.
And that's the thing is like we tried like in the last video we posted, like even though hotel rooms cost a lot and all that, but the actual essence of the fishing, try to make it relatable. We started with 80-cent corn from the dollar store. 80-cent corn, fish with $9 fishing rods to catch the carp, and then fish with a $20 fishing combo and like 10-cent hooks to catch the alligator gar.
Oh wow.
So the video, when you look at it, like I don't want to like I don't want to be so unrelatable where like I'm out there in like my brand new bass boat and I have all these really expensive like rod to reel combos.
Fishing with a $1,200 combo for a gar, like you guarantee going to catch them if you hook them type deal.
Yeah, so a lot of the cost is like, and sometimes, just to make it interesting, like nobody's bought the 5 most expensive reels and stuff like that. So we'll do that, but I try to tone it back where like we do like $1 survival challenge and we do, but the behind the scenes of like all the camera stuff, the flights, the hotel rooms, making sure everybody eats, making sure, all that
very
stuff,
expensive.
and then paying for it to be filmed and edited too.
Very
That's where like all the cost comes in. But then sometimes you see it on camera, but a lot of the time it's just like you just go and it's like, oh, I spent $1,000 today. Oops.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oops.
Yeah. Oopsies. Like we'll go to the gas station and we'll go to Walmart and we'll just buy
them 7-Eleven breakfasts be hitting different, y'all. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, and then when you're out there in the sun too, and you don't prepare with drinks, and you don't have a cooler. I mean, you go to a gas station 4 or 5 times a day, and then you end up spending $20, $30 every time on just water and Gatorade,
snacks, water, Gatorade,
and energy drink.
Sure.
So then before you know it, you spent a couple $100 at the gas station just to stay hydrated and keep everybody. But Zade, does that sound accurate? I feel like
definitely.
I'm about to say that's got to be.
All these extra things that happen on top of that GoPro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's happened plenty of times.
On our way to Mexico, our bags were 5 pounds over each, so I had to spend like an extra $1,000 just to get our rods and reels and camera equipment over. So it's just random costs, but it's just like with those, I'm like, okay, well, we have to do it because it's like it keeps it going. So I never double think those, but it's a 99% of my spending goes into the channel.
Yeah.
Which I think averages with everything like 30, 40 grand a month.
Yeah.
I think is like around what kind of comes out. But then I save everything else. But then we're probably about to spend a lot more because I'm trying to grow and expand.
Yeah, I mean, think about that.
But it's not like on video itself. You know what I mean?
Think about that from like we were talking about at the very beginning of this podcast from 2020 when it was a couple $100. Like, so let's say you spend 30 to 40 grand a month to make all the content and videos that you make now. Or however you worded that. And then, but back in the day, you were spending like
3 to 4.
Yeah, maybe 3 to 4,000.
Yeah, because I think that was my check 2 years ago, was about 2.5, 3.
And sometimes even going, and I when I first started doing the whole YouTube thing, like super serious, when you, like we talked about in the last podcast, when you took me under your wing, I was going negative. I was ROI negative. I was putting everything on credit cards. Because I just didn't have the money to do what needed to be done to grow.
Yeah, and I don't want you guys too to think that you need a $40,000 studio to start stuff. Because I started with I worked at Chick-fil-A. I bought my truck so I could move. So I worked there for a year to get the truck, and then I worked another like 3 months to buy my GoPro.
Yeah,
and then another 3 months again to buy my my vlog camera.
Mm-hmm. Bro,
and
one
then
rod.
it kind of like all compounds. Like you just don't you don't need all of this to start.
Bro, you don't need none of that nowadays. If you really are about it, bro, if you have a cell phone, you have a good quality camera. Like, you've got a great quality camera. Like, that's all you need.
We just pour everything we make right back into it because it's not even like, and there's way more effective ways to make money on YouTube. Like there's channels, I won't name the names, that are set up way more effectively, like more videos, more sponsors, more of this. They can pump money way quicker than we can.
Oh, yeah.
We care about the quality of video. Like we want to make something that's actually like kind of memorable, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it's not like just dumping content out like every other day.
Yeah.
Which is a fantastic strategy to make stuff. But we try to put stuff back in, and we choose to make less money so we can make better stuff, just because we there would be no longevity if we were just creating stuff we didn't like.
Think about this. Every time we go to a meetup, or every time we do a meetup or anything like that, think about it. Norm always asks a question when they come up and they're like, oh, YakPak, Norm, YakPak, whatever. Norm's like, what's your most favorite video on the channel? Bro, they'll name something from like 2 years ago. And it's like, bro, you remember that?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Crazy. Every time. It literally happens every single time. When we was in Texas for the meetup, like it literally happens. Just crazy as that, man. But that's nuts.
Well, a lot more money goes in now. But also you could think too, Whistling Diesel just his YouTube channel, he just crashed a $400,000 G-Wagon because he's on that level where he can do that for content.
Yeah.
So there's different like levels to this stuff.
Yeah.
So
Dude, he's doing $1 million a month. Gotta be.
Not on his views.
No,
I don't know. We were actually having this conversation the other day. We're like, how is he making this much money? Because from his AdSense, we're on the same amount of views as he is. And I know how much I make, and I do not have enough to crash a
G-Wagon.
I mean, I could do it, but that'd be pretty much all I could do. That'd be all I could do for the whole year.
Hey, Lojo, if you're watching, you're finna have a G-Wagon in your pond.
Yeah, I would do that, but I would not be able to laugh afterwards. Like,
no, God, no.
So,
I wonder how he does it. I wonder if he gets sponsors to cover stuff like that. Or
tons of merch. This is what
one of his hoodies that he was selling cost $200.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. We're like, that it's got to be merch.
It's got to be. But the thing is, you put on a hoodie that cost $100 to make, comparative to a hoodie that cost $1.25 to make. Like you gonna notice the difference, I guess. If you a hoodie wearing Connoisseur, I mean,
yeah. And dude, Whistling Diesel has like hardcore fans. I would consider. I'm not really like a fan of everybody, but if I turn on anything that's like in the outdoor automotive world, it's Whistling Diesel.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Dude's a gangster.
Yeah, no,
he had like 5,000 people or however many people show up to the courthouse that day. He had to go to court for splashing people on a jet ski. He was like, they're giving me a ticket for this, so I need everybody to show up here. And, bro, like 5,000.
But he's the definition of like putting money into it. Same thing with like Mr. Beast and these guys, putting the money in that you make. Everything you make, boom, right back. Into the next
you know what? That's another way to break this down because I don't want anybody, and I feel like we made this very clear. I don't want anybody to feel like Norm is bragging about the amount of money he spends to make videos. But you know how much money Mr. Beast spends to make a video, bro? His one video is probably $4 or $5 million to make.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like literally, if let's say for example, if Mr. Beast makes 10 million, and this is probably like an unfathomable number. Let's say he makes $10 million a month. $9.5 million of that is going into making his next YouTube video. Like he's talked about it. I think he might have talked about it on Lojo, or not Lojo, excuse me. Yeah, Lojo's podcast. Logan Paul's podcast. But he was like, literally every dime that I make goes back into making a better video.
And that's how we try to do it too. Because I really,
and that's why you're the Mr. Beast of the fishing. Like an outdoor
scene,
for sure.
A way smaller scale, obviously.
Well, I mean,
there's people who are killing
smaller
it
scale,
1,000 times more than me.
Big, no, and not in the fishing scene like you do. No, nobody.
I guess not. But also at the same time, like it's just at this current point in time, I want to make that clear. It's like John had his run and is still doing very good. And same thing with Flair.
Definitely.
Like the guys are on crazy, like legends.
Yeah,
and
they're literally legend status, and you're on your way to that.
Yeah, I'm currently in grind mode, and
they've been in grind mode for 12 years
before I started my channel.
Yeah,
so.
they were in grind mode for 7 years before either of us started our channels. Like they are the OGs. Like never would discredit them. They're gangsters.
To those guys.
Yeah, respect to them.
But we're also doing decent right now.
Yeah,
decent enough, I guess. But so I would say that's like probably the max. But everything we make, it just goes right
straight back.
I think I made $2,000 the last month in total. After I won't say the exact number, but Zade knows the number because we had a Truebill ad, and I downloaded the app. I was like, oh my gosh!
You told me that earlier.
Yeah, I spent a lot of money, and I only made $2,000 more than the number I made. So I only went up to $2,000 in a month. So basically 98% goes back into the thing because I realized after I made enough money to buy everything I wanted, I didn't want anything that I thought I wanted. I don't like if I drive a more expensive car, it's just gonna stress me out more because I could ruin it. I enjoy having my 2007 F-150.
If you hit a curb, it ain't gonna matter.
It's just the number one adrenaline rush I get is from posting a good video. So I'd rather just put all my money into that, and it's just like
makes sense.
Yeah, Zade's shaking his head. Yeah, too. He knows. Like it's the best, dude. It beats anything. It beats any. And also gambling, which everybody thinks I have a problem with. I've only gone to the casino like 3 or 4 times. Okay, it's not.
But you won every time.
And I've won every single time. I'm up like $3 or $4 grand.
Hey, there's a lot of red on.
And it was for a video too, so there's a lot of red. Thank goodness we don't have a casino here. So so I've done that. That's a thrill. But pressing the publish button, and I know, whenever you press the publish button on a YouTube video,
and you know it's
good.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Oh, that's the best
Nothing
feeling
beats it,
ever.
bro.
So I dump everything.
Yeah.
everything into that. I mean, I'm wearing free clothes right now from Guggen Squad. Like we literally just this is how we just went and ordered Zade a ton of free clothes on Guggen Squad's website and just got a ton of free baits because like we just I don't know. It seems like when I feel terrible saying that we spent 40 grand on equipment and 20 grand on videos before, but it's not like we're spending that and then we got that on the side too that we just have fun with. It's all goes back into the videos.
There's no having fun.
No. We just enjoy entertaining, I guess. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I spent this and then I spend that also in my personal life. No, I spend zero. The couches in our house were given to us. This table was given to us. These chairs were given to us. Everything I don't buy besides my bed and my TV, which I'm still kind of regretting. That was like a year ago. Yeah. And that's crazy. I just wanted to really make that clear. I don't want people
I think it's very abundantly clear. You're not bragging about anything. I mean,
I've
like
had a couple comments saying like, wow, it must be nice to have like rich parents, Norm. I've had like 2 of those before.
Well, and the must be nice type people are like, I love that kind of comment. I'm like, I used to let it eat at me. And now I'm just like, matter of fact, it is nice.
Yeah,
it is nice.
I kind of want to be like, nice. Like I was like, oh, I wish, like only if you knew, that like I had to buy my first GoPro. I, worked for 2 years at a fast food restaurant just to save up a couple grand to try it, then got down to 0, and then got a Raid Shadow Legends ad, and then my videos started doing good. Yeah. Like it all started from
that was years ago. I remember that.
But it is a compliment. But I also kind of wish people could have seen like the 6-7 years I lived to get to here
to where you are now,
and I'm still like I feel
it's
like
people see the like I said in last episode number 2. People see the overnight success, quote unquote, but they don't see the 4 years that it took me to have overnight success. They don't see the 6 years that it took you to have an overnight success. They just see like, boom, popping. But they don't see the 4 years or the 6 years that went behind that. Or for some people, do like 10 years. Well, Flair had his channel since... Bro, Flair had his channel when I joined the Army and got stationed in South Korea in the late 2008, early 2009. And then Flair, like, really wasn't doing nothing on YouTube. I mean, he was doing everything, but, like, he never was successful on YouTube until, 2018, I want to say, when he was, like you could call him successful on YouTube. Yeah. That long. 9 years, dude. It took him 9 years to be an overnight success. And just people don't realize it, but... If you got a dream, chase it. We'll end the podcast with that because we're an hour and a half deep, and I'm sure you guys want to go to bed or to work or lunch or wherever.
Something.
Something or another.
Yeah.
But anyways, thanks for hopping on. That was a very good one. Zade, over there too. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah. Please don't view us as like rich, spoiled children.
We are definitely not that. I am in a $4 Walmart shirt that I cut off. Like we are not rich. I have to
like flex not having money, but I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble somehow.
The camera's finna die. We ran 100% battery down to 0. But anyways, love you guys. Thanks for watching the number 1 fishing podcast in the world.
The only number 1 fishing podcast.
And we'll catch you guys on the episode number. What is this? 1, 2, 3. We'll catch you guys on episode number 4. Peace. I'll let you end that camera, Trey. Gotcha. Ready? Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.